KNWA, your local election headquarters, early voting 6 days away. Well, the presidential race has captured much of the attention, but here in our region, a key race is for the Congressional District 3 seat. KNWA's Casey Smith been tracking this race all along. He joins us in studio. And Casey, you got an exclusive sit down with each of the three candidates to learn more about the issues they have an impact in our area. What'd you find out?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Doug. Incumbent Steve Womack is facing Democrat Draper and Libertarian Bobby Wilson for the Arkansas District 3 seat in Congress. And each tell me that tempering inflation is a high priority for them. And the candidates, they also tell me what their plans are to improve transportation, as well as housing, which we know are issues here in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Steve Womack, who has held the U.S. Congress Arkansas District 3 seat since 2011, will be challenged by Democrat Draper and Libertarian Bobby Wilson in this November's election. District 3 encompasses Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, and inflation is a high priority for all three candidates.
What regulations do we need? You know, we got a lot of regulations. We've got a lot of things that we put in front of our economic builders that are our job creators that make it difficult on them to do what they do best, and that's create jobs and economic activity.
Our families are really struggling. Working class folks, middle class folks. It's time that we come together in a bipartisan way to make sure that our families can afford more things.
Inflation being a massive issue is the one that would probably be what the federal government should, anybody elected should be tackling. Most of the other stuff, we should let our local people deal with it.
Womack points to a few transportation projects, including the Highway 412 bypass and Interstate 49 projects, as continued priorities.
49 is more problematic down in the valley area because we've got about 13 miles of interstate between Alma and Barling that we need to finish, and that work, of course, is programmed. And then we just opened bids of about $280+ million for the bridge that will span the Arkansas River.
In addition to a new highway to complement Interstate 49, Draper thinks
we need light rail or commuter rail. We need rail that connects from Little Rock to Fort Smith to Fayetteville, Rogers, the whole nine.
Wilson thinks improvements need to be made to waterway infrastructure like the Arkansas River.
And I know they're having issues with, the EPA, and they're dealing with outdated, process with their levees and dams and stuff. But those would be the type of infrastructure projects I would actually support.
Housing affordability is another issue facing District 3.
It's very important that we work on renters' rights in order to address the housing crisis. But we also need to make sure that we're growing sustainably, that we have all kinds of housing from affordable single family units to apartments, townhouses, and then to some of your luxury homes.
Womack says housing shouldn't be fixed federally, but if the government were to have a role, he says,
probably going to be more through tax incentives, those kinds of things, credits, deductions, that could incentivize builders to be able to build.
Wilson agrees housing should be handled locally, saying the system should be reworked.
They do housing wrong here in the fact that everything's basically an R1 which is a residential one, which means you can only build one unit, and the setbacks are really far back. Fayetteville's been a lot more progressive on where they allow much denser housing, or they allow you to be able to build an additional dwelling unit, like a small 400.
Womack is seeking his 6th re-election.
Can Congressman Womack serve his constituents in an extraordinary way and help solve some of the solutions that we face here locally? I think the answer to that is yes.
But Draper?
I will listen to you. I will never put my party in front of the people of Arkansas. I really and truly care, and that is what I've devoted my life to as a social worker.
And Wilson?
Just know that a vote for me is a vote to say, hey, the system is off and we need to course correct. So I would appreciate if you voted Bobby Wilson, Libertarian.
Both believe they're qualified to challenge the 13-year congressman. With Election Day fast approaching November 5th and early voting beginning next Monday, we'll have a link over on our website to each of these candidates' campaigns, as well as extended answers from each. You can find that by heading to knwa.com and clicking on your local election HQ, which is underneath the News tab. Reporting in studio, Casey Smith, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.